All right, my dear friends, how are you? Capricorn. How are you, Capricorn? Let's see what we got here for you guys this week. Thank you, Capricorn. This is the general reading, okay? So as you can see, I'm fixing the channel. I joined the 3 channels together all year. So this is a phase, experimental phase. I'm reading your comments to see what you like, to see what you don't like. Next Sunday, we're going to start the live Q&A for free, but only for those who are subscribed to the channel. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing. Bottom right is the red button. So you're going to be able to ask questions live about anything you want to do with tarot, of course, and free. Of course, I'm not going to be able to answer everyone, but usually 50 to 100 people are lucky enough to get an answer. And yeah, so this is a general for the sign itself. For the collector, if you need a personal reading, bottom left is the address. Go there. Everything is on sale right now. Thank you. So the overall energy for Capricorn for this week, something sudden happens. Now, this is usually seen as a negative card. So be careful, especially if you travel. Don't leave anything on in the house this week. Be careful with cooking. Be careful with electricity and driving. Be very careful. However, I don't want you to, don't be afraid of getting out of the house. But, just keep an eye open, a little bit extra, careful this week. Now, you have you have some very beautiful cards. Very beautiful cards here. There's an offer of love. There is a news that comes in with an offer of love. And then there is a proposal for marriage here. Money-wise, you're going to be fine. And very stable and a victory. As I was saying before, it's usually seen as a negative card. Hence, I said, be careful. But this is really what this is a sudden something. To be anything. A sudden something. You get sudden news, sudden change, sudden eureka moment. This is something that changes the status quo. See, these people were shaken off from the tower, from this thunder and lightning. See the thunder? Okay? So it is a sudden, because if you look at the sky, okay? There is a lightning storm that hits the tower, and they were shaken out of the tower, right? But you also have to look at the sky. Look at the black sky around the tower. Do you see what those, do you see those yellow kind of leaflets, whatever they look like? Do you know what those depict in tarot? In tarot, they depict manna. Those of you who read the Bible, manna is manna from heaven. It is a very good thing. It is rewards. It is beautiful things from heaven. So we can also look at this card as actually a very positive card. Because these 2 people, perhaps, they did not want to get out of the house or the tower. They were afraid of going out there. They felt safe in the tower. Little did they know that the moment they got out of the tower, one way or the other, they got blessed with manna from heaven. Think about this. So this could be someone who feels safe at home, meaning they think that it is dangerous to go out there, and there you have it. And the universe says, you know what? No, you're wrong. I'll show you that if you get out of that tower, there's a lot of goodness waiting for you out there. So this card could be interpreted either or. It's either good or bad. It's basically a shaking up. Let's call it a shaking up, okay? Whether it's positive or negative. And based on what I see here, my dear Capricorn, it's very good. Very good. I mean, you were stuck before, and now look, love offer or some kind of offer. There's a marriage proposal, and you're going to be good financially. You're going to be good stability-wise. You're going to be very wise. I feel I feel everything under control and victory here. So what can I say? I mean, okay, so that's the overall energy. Now, I consider this the immediate past. I consider this the immediate future or outcome. Then we're going to clarify everything. But I consider this the now card. In other words, this is the energy, but what's really going on with you guys right now? Let's see. So right now you're in face of rebuilding. You're talking to people. You're getting yourself informed. You're finding out information, talking to experts. And if you guys need to talk to someone like me, of course, I'm available. You need to get some kind of consultation with someone. Let me see what's going on here. Someone from the past. Okay, well, there you have it. So, as I said before, you do not want to get out of your surroundings, okay? So, you felt as if the world was that dangerous out there. Is this better with the lights on or off? No, it's better on. Okay. You felt that the world out there was dangerous and you should not take any risks. In the meantime, things are going on out there, beautiful. There's all sorts of people that want to talk to you. Perhaps people might want to even be back into your life. So it looks like you either talk to someone or you will talk to someone, because this is the past. You expressed a wish. There was a few disappointments in the next 6 months, in the last six months or so. But you expressed a wish. You said, universe, I call you to help me, resolve whatever situation you were in. So let me see. Let me go a little bit deeper with that. I'm not sad. Then we look at the future and the outcome, okay? The so-called future, but it's really all now. Okay. Okay, so you were taken advantage of, and money were tight, and then you made a wish. So this is the other way around, like this. Then you made a wish, and this is what you wish for right here. A good relationship. And you remember what I just showed you here? There you have it, same thing. Okay, so it looks like the universe has listened. You know, you're not cheap. You're not a Scrooge, but you understand the value of playing it safe and not spurpering money right and left. I mean, you want to buy something that has value. You like to buy good quality instead of cheap quality. Let me give you a quick example. When I started this studio about 3 or 4 years back, my son, and by the way, my son is a Capricorn. My son is in the music industry. He has a recording studio. He has a recording studio, and he's got probably $100,000 worth of really high quality equipment, a music recording studio. So I said, Mark, because his name is also Mark. I am Mark, who is Mark. I said, what kind of microphone should I buy? Well, it says the industry standard is the Shure, what is SM57 or something like that. It says, the one that every podcaster uses, it's like 95%. It's the professional microphone. So when I look at the price in Canadian was $600. I says, geez, that's a lot of money. I says, for a microphone. I says, but what about, I said, look, this is 200, this is 150, this is that. So Dad, the truth of the matter is you can try it, but the truth of the matter is if you want the very best, you must as well bite the bullet. And I didn't listen to him. So I started buying the second, the third, on the list. So 150, 180, 200. And over the years, I've been doing this for now about 6 years, the consultation, that is, the tarot started a couple years ago. Over the years, I found myself replacing 3 or 4 microphones. When I add all up, I spent well over $600, well over. And I've always had not the best microphones. So you know what? It was perfectly right. So this microphone is actually really good because now they have newer technology, and I'm using software to simulate for what the other microphone does on its own without software. So in other words, this is a 80% microphone, but the reason why you hear so good is because I have software which makes it sound studio quality, where the other one that he was recommending is a studio quality on its own, period. And I know that I want nothing but the best. So this works. Yeah. As you can hear, it sounds studio quality. But I know that I ain't going to have no choice. So in the end, I ended up spending maybe $1,200, and I should have listened to him. A little lesson I learned. So there you go. So that's what you guys are about. Okay. So anyways, you have expressed a wish, and the wish is granted, my dear friends, based on these cards right here. Okay. Based on these cards right here. Now, maybe I should put them here. Yeah. Why not? Okay. Let's now look at, so this is the status quo. You were tired of being stuck and really unhappy, and you made a wish. You want to be good. All right, let's see what's coming up. So you made a decision. There you go. Made a decision, and things are going never be the same for you. You are shedding what's no longer necessary and what's no longer the people that are not real, the people that pretend. You know what? This is a shakeup. It's like, I'm going to shake up what's around me, and I'm going to get rid of everything that doesn't serve me anymore. Fake friends, a fake relationship, a job that I don't like, etc., etc. In other words, it is about being true to yourself. Yeah, you're gonna be sad to see some people go. You might have to perhaps cut off right here. See, a friend that is only available when they have to talk about something. And look at this, talking about cutting off. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, what did I tell you? Oh my God, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Isn't this exactly what I said? Remember I told you that, remember the card I showed you before? Look, it's right here. It came back again. So Capricorn, congratulations. You're definitely getting married or engaged or in a serious relationship. Or if you're already happily married, your marriage will get much better. And this could be maybe a golden relationship, a friendship. So what's going to happen for you guys is you're going to cut off what's no longer serving you, and you want the real thing. And you made that decision. See, this is making the decision before making the decision. In other words, what should I do? Go here, go here. And they say, decision made. I want to cut off the excess, big shakeup. So this is then a big shakeup. In other words, you see, these people are being shaken out of the house. So, and you reaping the rewards for that. Number one, we have the victory card here, but also you can see right here. The universe has answered, and you are given now peace, love, and something real to take home with you. Wonderful reading, wonderful reading. Signs, we have Aquarius, we have Taurus, we have Capricorn, Cancer, Sagittarius, Pisces. All right, now, here, this is Aries and Scorpio. We got Leo over here. We got Libra over here. Okay. Let's go now to let's see what the angels would like to tell you love-wise. 1, 2, 3. New love. I just told you. Thank you, Michael. Archangel Michael. Thank you, Michael. All right. Thank you for agreeing with me. Michael is my protector angel. Okay, let's look now at the oracle and or if someone has something they would like to say. 1 and 2. No, these are 2 oracles from the universe. Let's see. Okay, number 1. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. How is that possible? How is that possible? Well, it is possible. You guys, you know what? Let me tell you something. I am gonna confess something to you. When I first started reading tarot a couple of years ago, I mean, I know spirituality, trust me. I wrote 3 books about it and so on and so forth. But when I first started reading tarot, I says, is this for real? Like, or is this just a waste of time? Or is this, you know what? The more I married myself to it and the more I trusted it and the more, you know, when we say this is for entertainment only, yeah, it is true. We have to protect ourselves legally and put it in the fine print. But you know, the last 6 months, I've been noticing as I took it more and more seriously, where it's no longer for fun, but it's now my business or one of my businesses and part of my what I do for a living. The cards have really, really, really grown and really depthened and really, really closed in. I mean, sometimes I'm scared almost. Did you see the video that I uploaded about I was doing a reading for someone and the very first card out was a negative card, like breaking up. And I said, geez, I don't want to start this reading with a negative card. It was, you know, I was supposed to send it to them. So I shuffled the cards and started all over again. Same card again. I said, geez, come on. I shuffled the cards. I started again, same card again. And that's when I understood, Marco, this is meant to be, just a letter B. And I recorded it. It's you can find it. So I noticed the tarots are really, really speaking now and are really connecting the dots. I mean, this cannot be a coincidence. Come on, this cannot be a coincidence. It just can't. So it's becoming. I'm taking it seriously now, and the cards are answering back in a very serious fashion. Thank you so much. And you know what? Before, sometimes I used to leave at the end of the day. I used to leave the tarots on the table. I didn't take care of them. You know what? I had a dream and I said, Marco, the tarots are alive. The tarots are an entity, and you need to respect them. So when I finish, I have to fix them and put the faces upside down. And sometimes I even cover them overnight with a nice mantle. And when I start in the morning before I start reading, I cleanse the air when I'm finished and when I start, because yeah, there is energy attached to them. There is a lot of energy attached to them. And let me tell you something else. You know, in case you want to be a tarot reader, this is really important information. Before, I couldn't do more than a couple of signs at a time. It was making me tired, strained. After about an hour, I was strained. And then I said, you know what, tarots, this is going to be my business. Please work with me. Please help me. And you know what? From that time on, I can do six readings in a row. And they're like a half an hour each. And my brain doesn't get tired. The tarots now helping me instead than making me tired. Unbelievable, but true. Anyways, as you can see, new love, and twice here, double confirmation, and you might meet someone on social media. It couldn't be any more clear than this. There you have it. Now, let's do now the compatibility run. What does that mean? Well, we know that certain signs get along more or less with other signs. That's in general. But I'm speaking of right now, this week. If you meet someone from a different sign, what can you expect? We're going to start from Aries. We're going to go all around. Okay. Capricorn with Aries, normally you don't get along. They're too go and you want to think about everything. You're calmer. So here's a person who is alone and wealthy. So when it comes to Aries, you rather be alone because you know that with them you're going to spend every penny you have. They're very good Aries at producing money, but they're not good at keeping it. They like the good life, where you're not cheap, but you're very wise with money. Taurus. With Taurus, you can go places because they're also very earth and possession, materialistic. Now, it's not that you are materialistic, you are wise. They are materialistic, okay? Gemini. With Gemini, there could be a lot of fire in the bedroom, but nothing else. With Cancer. With Cancer, they don't trust you or you don't trust them. Different strokes. What about Leo? With Leo, it could be either a very, very good relationship or a very, very bad relationship. In other words, you're going to have to face reality either way. You guys going to have to face reality. True blue. With Virgo. With Virgo, it's a very adventurous and well, pretty much the same thing from a different angle. This could be either very good or very bad. It depends how it starts, okay? It all depends on how it starts. What about Libra? With Libra, there's a Libra, very balanced and fair. With Scorpio. With Scorpio, you can build an empire right now, which is surprising. Now, don't expect a lot of mushy, lovey relationship between you guys. It's more of a standoffish kind of relationship. But together, when you put your brains together, you can build an empire. What about Sagittarius? Sagittarius, justice. I see a lot of arguments between you guys. And what about two Capricorn? Two Capricorn is just too boring and sad. I had to tell you. You need a little bit of spice in your life. What about Aquarius? Aquarius, you're going to go broke with them. And what about with the fishes? The fishes, very good relationship, but only in one place, the bedroom. Okay? Thank you so much, my dear friends. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on the red button. I really appreciate you because it helps the number and it allows you to make the channel better and better and better. The number has to be up. We're doing really, really good, but I really appreciate you. It doesn't cost you anything anyways to get involved, like the videos and maybe share it if it's not too much work and come back often and just tell me what you like or what you don't like so I can make the channel better and better and better all the time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.